My name is Elena Olivas-Loera, and I am a planner with the City of Wheat Ridge Community Development Department. I am presenting case number WZ-24-04, which is a request for approval of a zone change from Agricultural 1 to Industrial Employment at parcel ID 39-193-01-010. I would like to enter into the public record the contents of the case file, the zoning ordinance, the comprehensive plan, and this digital presentation. The property is within the City of Wheat Ridge. All appropriate notification and posting requirements have been met, and therefore City Council has jurisdiction to hear this case. The subject property is outlined in red. The property is located on the north side of Highway 58, south of West 44th Avenue, and immediately west of 14452 West 44th Avenue. The lot measures a little over 4 acres in size and is currently vacant. It is owned by Longs Peak Metropolitan District, or LPMD, which is the metro district associated with the nearby Clear Creek Crossing development. This is a zoning map of the area. The property is currently zoned Agricultural 1. This zoning was established in 2009 when the property was annexed from the county to the city. This is a map of unincorporated Jeffco zoning. The property is situated in the northwesternmost corner of the city and is surrounded by properties within unincorporated Jefferson County. The adjacent uses are light industrial to the east and west and residential and commercial to the north. This is a view of the subject property looking south from West 44th Avenue. This is a view of the subject property looking southeast from West 44th Avenue. The applicant's property and building can be seen to the left. This is a view of the subject property looking north from Highway 58. The applicant's property and building can be seen to the right. The subject parcel in this zone change request relates to the history of Clear Creek Crossing. The Clear Creek Crossing project dates back almost 20 years. In 2006, Cabela's and Coors owned much of the land, and development was proposed to span both sides of Clear Creek. In the original proposal, development would have required significant infrastructure investments, including a hook ramp on I-70, the one that was recently constructed, and also a hook ramp on Highway 58, where the subject site is located. Conceptual infrastructure plans were developed, including state and federal review and environmental clearances. The infrastructure plans were approved by the Colorado Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration in 2007. LPMD is the metro district responsible for building and maintaining much of the infrastructure associated with Clear Creek Crossing. LPMD acquired the subject parcel in 2008 to fulfill the approved plans. Several parcels, including the subject property, were annexed from unincorporated Jefferson County into the city in 2008 and 2009. When the city annexes land, they are also required to assign zoning to the property because the city's zoning designations differ from the county's. When City Council approved annexation of the subject parcel in March 2009, they also approved a zoning designation of Agricultural 1. The subject site was the last piece of land required to build a roadway through Clear Creek Crossing from West 32nd Avenue to West 44th Avenue. The A1 zoning made sense for the subject parcel at the time because the entire parcel was intended to be dedicated as right-of-way and constructed as roadway. The 2009 staff report notes, the intended use of the property is for infrastructure improvements for the completion of Cabela Drive, which is now Clear Creek Drive, and the new interchange. Because there will be no associated private property development, an annexation agreement has not been required. By 2014, it became apparent that the infrastructure needs associated with Clear Creek Crossing were becoming cost prohibitive. Cabela's sold their land, and the vision for the development evolved from big box anchors to a mix of uses. The infrastructure designs were formally re-evaluated by the city, CDOT, and FHWA, and revised road design and development plans were approved with a phasing plan. This phasing is reflected in the development that exists today. In the current phase, development was limited to the south side of Clear Creek, and only the hook ramp at I-70 was required to be constructed. If the north side of Clear Creek is proposed to be developed as the future phase, or if trip generation exceeds a certain threshold on the south side, then additional infrastructure at Highway 58 will be required, including on the subject parcel. For this reason, the subject parcel remains under ownership of LPMD, but it has not yet been dedicated as right-of-way, nor have any infrastructure investments been made north of Clear Creek. This zone change is proposed as an interim condition, allowing limited productive use of the property until such time the original intent of the annexation is fulfilled. This is sheet 2 of the annexation map for the subject property from 2009. The red lines show the boundaries of the annexation and the blue lines show the city's limits. And this is sheet 3 of the same document. The applicant is requesting the property be rezoned to industrial employment, a zone district intended to allow for light industrial and commercial uses that support employment. The IE zoning is the only zone district that allows outside storage. As noted previously, the current zone district A1 was established at annexation. Surrounding parcels are in Jefferson County and are zoned I1, Industrial 1, and planned development, with light and medium intensity industrial uses. The applicant intends to rezone the property to allow for outdoor storage related to their current business located immediately adjacent to the east. The applicant states that the parcel has been vacant since it was originally annexed and that LPMD is seeking to put the site to use by leasing it to the applicant for outside storage until such time it is needed for right-of-way improvements. In consultation with the city attorney, staff recommends the zone change be conditioned upon the following. No vertical construction would be permitted, outdoor storage and appropriate screening would be the only permitted uses, and a development agreement running with the land will be required to be recorded with the zone change ordinance to document such use and development limitations and to ensure future dedication of the property as necessary for the originally intended purpose of infrastructure and right-of-way at no cost. The limit on vertical development will help to reinforce the original annexation intent, which stated there would be no private development. Further, the parcel was never anticipated to be a developable lot. The city would require that LPMD draft and sign the development agreement that would need to include the following elements: limits on use, limits on permanent development, requirements to dedicate the subject parcel as right-of-way at no charge to the city or CDOT upon the need for infrastructure investments, and requirements that these conditions run with the land and apply to successor and assigns. This approach allows appropriate economic use of the land while protecting the city's long-term interests and honoring the original intent of the annexation. While conditional zone changes are rare in Wheat Ridge, they are not precluded by the code, and this unique situation warrants a unique approach. As a requirement of the zone change process, a neighborhood meeting was held on February 7, 2024 in a virtual Zoom meeting setting. 6 people attended the meeting, and the notes from the meeting are included in the staff report. Since Wheat Ridge is not a full-service city, we sent the application on referral to outside agencies, including fire, water, and sanitation, as well as completed an internal review. We did not receive concerns or objections from internal departments or outside agencies. Before the hearing, the property was posted for 15 days, and letters were sent to occupants and property owners within a 600-foot radius. Comments collected on Wheat Ridge Speaks will be reviewed by City Council. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the request on April 18, 2024. Staff reviews zone change requests based on several criteria. As described previously, the original intent for the property was for the construction of roadway improvements, which would have accommodated the previously planned Cabela's development. The original annexation and zoning assignment to A1 anticipated the Cabela's development being completed, therefore, no alternative plans for the site were created. The proposed zone change is appropriate in response to a change in conditions in the area. The construction of roadway improvements has not occurred as originally planned and is not anticipated in the near future, and this proposed zone change acknowledges the changed conditions and would allow for a better and more productive use of the land. Additionally, The zone change would enable the land to further achieve the city's current comprehensive plan goals to encourage employment-generating uses in the area by allowing the adjacent property to utilize it for their needs. Ultimately, staff is recommending approval of the request for the following reasons. The proposed zoning designation promotes the health, safety, and general welfare of the community and will not result in a significant adverse effect on the surrounding area, and the proposed zone change is appropriate in response to a change in character of the area where the construction of roadway improvements is not anticipated at this time, and with the following conditions. No vertical construction is permitted. Outdoor storage and appropriate screening are the only permitted uses, and a development agreement running with the land will be required to be recorded with the zone change ordinance to document such use and development limitations and to ensure future dedication of the property as necessary for the originally intended purpose of infrastructure and right-of-way at no cost. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.